Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the screens for a very special video presentation.
Buffalo, this is our time. Ours has been a long story of tragedy and triumph. In our 186-year history, Buffalo has been among the nation's largest and most prosperous cities. We've been burned to the ground and rebuilt. Early on, the world took notice of our industrial might, entrepreneurship, imagination, and cultural diversity. Ours is a journey where battles have been waged and where history has been made. We are the Queen City, the city of light, the city of good neighbors. We're a city of marvelous architecture, world-class parks and museums, and a blue-collar work ethic, which has become synonymous with Buffalo itself. We were a gateway to freedom, a jewel on the Great Lakes, and a gateway to the West. We were the pioneers in automobiles, steamships, airplanes, electricity, grain, and steel. We've always been a city that celebrates and cultivates art, education, literature, medicine, music, and sports. We're a city of notables and greats that foreshadowed our destiny, many of whom still rest in Forest Lawn. From Mary Talbert to Mark Twain, from Chief Red Jacket to Rick James, from Grover Cleveland to Millard Fillmore, ours is a landscape dotted with the names of Birchfield and Dart, Wells and Fargo, Goodyear and Hennepin, Hodge and Hormel, Knox and Wilson, Martin and Nash, Fitzgerald and Oates, Houtman and O'Shea, Olmsted and Rich, Statler, Ellicott and Wilmers, Larkin and Hubbard. At a time when our industry went elsewhere and the manufacturing jobs that kept Buffalo afloat began to leave, we had a decision to make. We could relegate ourselves to a second-class city, a has-been, a footnote in history, a place of time gone by, or we could persevere. But anyone who's from Buffalo knows that perseverance was never a choice. The one thing that truly separates Buffalo from any other city in any time is our relentlessness. The larger the problem, the longer the odds, the more difficult the task. Remarkably, the greater is the belief among Buffalonians that we can and will prevail. Whether it's the greatest comeback or the longest drought. As it is in football, it is in life. We have never stopped short of believing in our city, in our future, in ourselves. And that is why this is our time. Our resurgence, our growth, our development, our permanent designation as a world-class city. It is time for a new permanent landscape, dotted with the contributions of those who are even more diverse and representative of the unique opportunities that our city offers. If you know us, you know there was never a choice.
Listen up, and you'll hear it talking proud, talking proud.
The most difficult part of describing Buffalo to people who've never been here is to somehow capture our tenacity blunted by friendliness, pride blunted by humility, and optimism blunted by long periods of time trying to persevere against great odds. Buffalo's resurgence was a long shot to all but those who come from here. There was no silver bullet, but there is a palpable change in the air of building, enduring, creating, developing, and now our great challenge once again, a time for flourishing and sustaining. Believing that the best is yet to come. In Buffalo, there is no doubt. With perseverance, persistence, and a belief in ourselves, it is not a question of if, it's only a question of when. And that time is now. Buffalo, we get to decide. I'm Jeff Glore, signing off as your State of the City begins. Let's go, Buffalo.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Mayor of the great city of Buffalo, our Mayor, Byron W. Brown.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you and welcome. I am grateful that all of you could be here this afternoon for my annual State of the City address. I am proud to report that the state of our city is strong. It has been an honor and privilege to serve as mayor during this special time in our city's history. In our video, national CBS Evening News anchor Jeff Glor framed our city's past, captured our resilience in the wake of challenges, and articulated our collective belief that the best is yet to come in the city of Buffalo. I want to thank him for dedicating his time and talent to our program. Jeff is an Emmy Award-winning journalist from Buffalo who has traveled around the world and covered some of the biggest breaking news stories of the last decade. While doing that, he has always proudly reminded people everywhere that he goes exactly where he comes from. Thank you, Jeff. And what a way to wake up this morning. Buffalo-born Buttes captain Emily Falzer leading Team USA to the gold medal in women's hockey for the first time in 20 years. And once again, thank you to all of you, the change makers who are here today. Together, we have spent the last 12 years leading our city out of the past, and now it's up to all of us to work together to determine our future. The future is what I want to talk about today. I am proud of the way that we have reimagined a city where people want to live and work and gather and celebrate and enjoy Buffalo once again. Over the next 4 years, I will ensure that our progress continues and that opportunity is abundant in our city of good neighbors, that everyone has a chance to succeed, make a difference, and make their dreams come true. With billions in investment, we are stronger. With significant drops in crime, we are safer. With programs and services to care for and educate our children, we are smarter. And with a real commitment to improving city services, we are better. This is our time. I have no illusion that the next 4 years will be easy. To ensure our city's growth, we must continue to build and sustain modern buildings and infrastructure as we revitalize the historic masterpieces and industrial sites that are scattered throughout the city of Buffalo. Last summer, Tesla's factory at Riverbend began manufacturing solar roof panels, and its partner, Panasonic, began building solar cells and modules. The two companies now employ over 500 local workers at the 1.2 million square foot facility in South Buffalo, where they expect to spend an additional $5 billion over the next decade. This milestone, made possible by Governor Andrew Cuomo's Buffalo Billion Initiative, is one of many. As Governor Cuomo said, this marks the launch of a world-class manufacturing hub that will create jobs and solidify our role as a leader in the clean energy economy. Thank you to Governor Cuomo and Lieutenant Governor Hochul for your leadership in our city's economic transformation. Almost 1,000 people attended the Panasonic Job Fair at the Buffalo Employment and Training Center, and Tesla will hold additional job fairs throughout the city starting in March. I would like the Tesla workers who are here today with us to please stand. Thank you for representing the future of manufacturing and for your commitment to the sustainability of our planet. In November, Oishei Children's Hospital opened with consolidated services in a new, modern facility on the Buffalo Niagara Medical Campus. The hospital ensures that comprehensive pediatric health care and maternal services are available to patients from Western New York and beyond. It is one of only 43 freestanding children's hospitals in the United States and the only one in New York. The successful move day, executed under the leadership and planning of Jody LeMayo, President and CEO of Kaleida Health, and Oishei Children's Hospital President, Allegra Jaros, gave life to the new birthplace of the next generation of Buffalo's children. And just a few weeks later, the University at Buffalo, Jacobs School of Medicine and Biomedical Sciences opened its doors to educate, to discover, and to heal. This institution will advance health and wellness around the world, educating tomorrow's leaders in healthcare, biomedical sciences, and innovative research. This building is the first in Buffalo to have an internal NFTA Metro rail station, and every day will bring more than 2,000 students, faculty, and staff to the heart of downtown Buffalo. I would like to thank UB President Satish Tripathi for making this project a reality. And I would also like to recognize Jeremy Jacobs and his family for their generosity, not just to UB, but to the entire city of Buffalo. Let's give Mr. Jacobs and the Jacobs family a round of applause. Then, the new Explore and More Children's Museum will turn dreams into reality the playful way. Construction on the 43,000 square foot museum is well underway and will open this year. This will have a $90 million economic impact over the next 10 years and will be a perfect addition to Canalside, adding another attraction to our waterfront. At the same time, the Albright Knox is in the midst of a $155 million expansion project. The museum conducted an international search that resulted in the selection of the world-class architectural team, OMA, and one extraordinary benefactor, Jeffrey Gundlach, has inspired the capital campaign with personal contributions totaling $52.5 million. Designs for the expansion will be unveiled this year, once again attracting worldwide attention to Buffalo's internationally recognized Museum of Modern Art. These are just a few of the examples of how our city is leading the way in manufacturing, energy, medicine, education, entertainment, and culture. This is our time. Our city is being rediscovered. Property values are rising, and the growing equity will be a game changer for families. Businesses are expanding, and there are more jobs. Greater investment in neighborhoods has increased commercial activity, and the years of abandonment and decline have steadily reversed. It's time to ensure that our momentum continues. Our recovery is still fragile. Development is still heavily subsidized. We need to maintain affordable and safe housing. Many of our neighborhoods still have a long road to recovery. We must ensure public safety and the integrity of our infrastructure while maintaining the best standards for quality of life and the delivery of programs and services. We must continue to improve education. We need improved job training, and we must continue to create more opportunity in every community for all of our residents. It is gratifying to meet people every day who want to live here. This is one of the many indicators that our city is stronger. We have worked hand in hand with residents, improving their neighborhoods to the point where we now see an influx of new residents who want to be where the action is, right here in the city of Buffalo. Many residents never expected to earn wealth by owning a home, but they are now positioned for economic advancement because they own some of the fastest appreciating property in the region. Now, residents throughout Buffalo are positioned to secure wealth by owning property. But as prices appreciate, we must protect those who have lived in Buffalo for generations but are struggling. We still lack the jobs some of our residents need to actually afford the most affordable housing in the country. We've certainly made strides, but we need to continue expanding access to affordable housing. My investment with the City Council in affordable housing totals $450 million to date, and there are more than 40 additional projects underway. We are also working with the development teams at 201 Ellicott, Women and Children's Hospital, and Gates Circle, who have committed to affordable housing units in their projects. We will continue to prioritize support for projects that stabilize our neighborhoods. My commitment to inclusion and economic mobility does not stop with large multifamily developments. Over the past year, my administration has worked with Empire State Development, the New York State Affordable Housing Corporation, Sony Mae, M&T Bank, and Habitat for Humanity on developing a new program for creating home ownership in Buffalo's abandoned properties. Single and double family homes sold by the city will be eligible for a new type of mortgage from Sony Mae that will include the costs of purchase and rehabilitation. Where rehab costs exceed the amount of the mortgage, my administration has secured grant money from the state to cover the difference. Finally, those properties with the greatest rehab challenges will be tackled by Habitat for Humanity, ensuring that local homeowners will benefit from their investments. 2 years ago, my administration commissioned the Housing Opportunity Strategy to develop a plan for inclusive development in Buffalo. 70,000 residential parcels in the city were surveyed, and all of the data was analyzed. This led to the creation of a framework that will guide our approach to development that will benefit longtime residents. The Buffalo Urban Renewal Agency will lead a community engagement strategy that tailors solutions to neighborhood needs. The Complete Community Initiative is the next step in the Housing Opportunity Strategy. This complements the work of One Region Forward. That's right, this will be a neighborhood strategy integrated into a regional agenda. My administration recognizes fair and affordable housing is a challenge for the region, not just for the city of Buffalo. So we have worked closely with my partner in government, Erie County Executive Mark Polenkars, to enter into an agreement where the first time in 40 years, the city and county are collaborating on a joint strategy for alleviating barriers to fair housing choice and enhancing affordable housing opportunities. Thank you, County Executive Polenkars, as well as the members of the Erie County Legislature for your partnership on this and so many other initiatives. My administration will be implementing the Complete Community Initiative while working with the state on the $60 million commitment to the east side of Buffalo, where we still have the greatest needs. Thank you, Governor Cuomo, and my colleagues in the state legislature, Senators Tim Kennedy and Chris Jacobs, and Assembly members Crystal Peoples-Stokes and Sean Ryan, for your steadfast support of the Buffalo Billion 2. Let's give them a round of applause. My goal is to forge an atmosphere in Buffalo that creates mixed-income neighborhoods where every resident feels at home and can thrive. I know that this objective is shared by my partners in the Common Council. I want to thank them for their leadership on this and so many important issues. Council President Pridgen, Majority Leader Rivera, Council President Pro Tem Scanlon, and Council members Franzak, Fontana, Golombek, Wyatt, Ferraletto, and Wingo, thank you for being here today. Our objective is to position Buffalo as one of the most inclusive and equitable cities in North America. This is the right thing to do for our residents and for our economy. We must continue to develop a healthy city by expanding programs to combat lead poisoning. With the support of the Common Council, we enacted tougher codes to hold landlords and property managers accountable for providing tenants with lead-safe dwellings. Our city building inspectors conducted blitzes in 4 Buffalo neighborhoods where children have tested highest for lead. Those resulted in violations and/or fines at over 500 structures. Landlords who didn't achieve compliance were referred to housing court. We have enhanced our effort to wipe out lead in Buffalo by increasing the rental registry fee so that revenues will enable us to hire a coordinator solely devoted to preventing lead exposure, who will oversee our comprehensive lead program and will serve as our liaison with county, state, and federal agencies and not-for-profits to leverage all available resources to increase lead testing, abatement, and education. Neighborhood recovery has been underway across the city of Buffalo in every district. We must continue to build on that even as we tackle new frontiers. I'm proud to announce today that Northwest Savings Bank is coming to Jefferson Avenue. After evaluating their branch network, it was clear that something was missing, a location on the east side of Buffalo. They were impressed with the public investment and exciting projects underway in this historic corridor, and they decided this would be the new home for a full-service branch. Northwest will break ground this spring and open this year. I'm also very pleased to announce that Northwest Bank is partnering with Mike Riegel and his team at Belmont Housing to open a financial education center on Jefferson Avenue. Clients will have access to one-on-one counseling, workshops, and online services on a variety of financial topics. This center will open in 2019. Northwest Bank has been a great partner to the City of Buffalo. I would like to ask Northwest Regional President John Golding and his team to please stand. I am grateful for your confidence in the future of our local economy and the growing strength of the Jefferson Avenue neighborhood. Thank you very much. In partnership with Brian Gelfand, President and CEO of Blue Wireless, I'm pleased to report that Jeffrey Wi-Fi will be expanded by 10 blocks in the Jefferson Avenue Business District to include hotspots across Jefferson Avenue that will stretch from East Ferry Street to Best Street. Jeffrey Wi-Fi is the next phase of Buffalo's public wireless network. Thank you, Brian Gelfand. In reaching for the next level, we must build our public-private partnerships. Next week, Dr. Daniel Alexander, who is with us today, will be submitting his plans for a new community center for the Seneca Babcock neighborhood. He will purchase land from the City of Buffalo to build a $2.6 million privately run and funded community center. The city made the initial investment to prepare the site for sale and will use the proceeds from the purchase to improve Mullen Park. The center's costs and long-term operational sustainability will be paid for through the fundraising efforts and generous contributions of Dr. Daniel Alexander. Thank you very much, Dr. Alexander. The final component for real recovery is dealing with vacant buildings that prevent the complete transformation of our neighborhoods. At the corner of Hurdle and Delaware Avenues, the conversion of the former North Buffalo Library into an Italian cultural center is about to take place. The city will invest $350,000 to preserve the historic elements of this building. An additional $1.3 million has been raised by the Italian Cultural Center from private donations and outside sources, including utilization of historic tax credits. This privately owned and operated building will become a permanent cornerstone for Buffalo's Little Italy and the surrounding community. One of Western New York's largest residential builders, Marano Homes, plans to spend $40 million converting 23 acres between Colvin and Starin in North Buffalo into more than 100 single-family homes. This will add to the growing vibrancy in North Buffalo and contribute nearly $1 million to the city's tax base annually. Thank you, Marano Homes. All of these projects demonstrate my commitment to developing new ways to revitalize neighborhoods and lessen the burden on taxpayers by leveraging private resources for construction and long-term operation of public facilities. In order for any neighborhood to be strong, it has to be safe. The Buffalo Fire and Police Departments work to ensure that our bravest and finest are a diverse group of men and women who engage with our community every day in a positive manner. Last month, I appointed Commissioner Vincent Muscarella, a firefighter who rose through the ranks in the Buffalo Fire Department, who brings a wealth of experience, expertise, and training to this job, as well as strong relationships in the department and with Buffalo Firefighters Local 282. Currently, there is a class of new firefighters in training, and we have just begun a recruitment campaign for the next class, which will begin training by fall. Applications for the new fire exam will be administered on May 1st and are available right now. Our Buffalo Police Department has worked very hard for the 40% drop in crime that has been achieved since I took office. It has removed over 15,600 illegal guns from our streets at a time when we become more painfully aware of the devastation of gun violence across our nation every day. I will be joining students from across our nation in the March for Our Lives, and I will sponsor buses so that young people from Buffalo have the opportunity to march on, the opportunity to march on March 24th, to lend their voices to what must be a deafening chorus of never again. We will be And I really applaud the young people in Florida and across the nation that are taking such great leadership on this issue. And all of us, as adults, as parents, we must support our children. We will be greeted by our outstanding United States Senators in Washington, Minority Leader Chuck Schumer and Kirsten Gillibrand. I am proud, yes, thank you. We can give our senators a round of applause. They do great work. I am proud to announce today that I have nominated Interim Police Commissioner Byron C. Lockwood to permanently lead the Buffalo Police Department as commissioner. I know that he is the right person for this job. His distinguished career in law enforcement and strong relationships within the department and in our community, along with his integrity, hard work, and love for our city and our police department, will make our neighborhood safer, our department stronger, and will deepen the bonds between the police and the community. He has played a major role in collaborative efforts with other law enforcement agencies, including the Office of District Attorney John Flynn, and he has worked closely with the Police Athletic League, Peacemakers, and the Concerned Clergy Coalition, who are all here today. A smooth transition in our police department is important. I've tasked Commissioner Lockwood with achieving full accreditation by New York State within the year. This is an ambitious goal, but I'm confident that with the support of his leadership team, this goal will be accomplished. Our officers deserve the best equipment, training, and technology available. We recently began a pilot program to test body camera technology, and we continue to expand the Safe Cam program with nearly 250 city surveillance cameras and hundreds of private cameras owned by participating residents and businesses. As we grow in size and popularity, the number of large-scale events and visitors increases. I have asked our police department to focus on quality of life concerns and respond to resident complaints in every neighborhood. We will be increasing traffic enforcement activities, doubling our truck enforcement detail, and implementing new measures to ensure public safety in our neighborhoods and at large events. Our police contribute so much to our community in so many different ways. I would ask that you please join me in a round of applause for our honor guard and police officer Jaisha Wilson, who opened our program today. Improving the essential services that residents expect from government remains a top priority. My vision for a centralized public works campus that improves service delivery, including snow removal, paving, and garbage collection, while achieving cost savings and energy efficiency, is one step closer toward realization. A site has been selected to build the campus that we will announce in the coming months. The funding for phase 1 of this project has been secured and is included in our capital plan. I'm also committed to leadership at the local level in the area of climate change, which is unfortunately absent at the federal level. We need to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, and I've committed to the U.S. Climate Mayor's Pledge to achieve this by developing a climate action plan for Buffalo. We're also upgrading to more energy-efficient vehicles, enhancing our 34 and More recycling campaign, planting more trees throughout Buffalo, and building solar installations at public facilities. I am also very proud to report that we've reached the 2018 Bicycle Master Plan goal of installing 150 miles of bike lanes. I'd like to thank our Public Works Department for this great achievement. As a world-class cultural center, we've brought public spaces to life with art. In the coming months, the Buffalo Arts Commission will bring more artwork to Allen Street, Niagara Street, and the Northland Corridor. And as we celebrate Black History Month, we remember African Americans in times of war. I am honored today to reaffirm my support for the installation of an African American monument, Veterans Monument, the first in the nation to honor African American veterans who have served in all wars, which will be located at the Buffalo and Erie County Naval Park, a concept of my colleague, Assemblymember Crystal Peoples-Stokes, who has already secured $650,000 for this important project. Thank you very much, Assemblymember Crystal Peoples-Stokes. I'm also pleased to share the news that Blue Cross Blue Shield of Western New York is a finalist for the prestigious Corporate Social Responsibility Award for their partnership with the City of Buffalo on Summer City Fitness. These awards showcase inspiring and impactful corporate social responsibility initiatives that are improving communities. My thanks to David Anderson, President and CEO of Blue Cross Blue Shield, for his commitment to this program at Martin Luther King Park. Let's give him a round of applause. Residents of the Fruit Belt community, working with Council President Pridgeon, the Buffalo Public Schools, and Commissioner of Community Services Otis T. Barker, are working on establishing a one-stop resource center for educational, recreational, and vocational programs that will be available to the Fruit Belt community and its residents. I thank Council President Darius Pridgeon for his leadership on this important initiative. Finally, I'm excited to announce that my administration and the Buffalo Police Athletic League have reached an agreement to supplement programming at city-operated recreation centers, as well as to extend programming for evenings during summer break and on weekends year-round. This will build on the strong relationship between the city and the Buffalo Police Athletic League, continuing an effective partnership that expands our ability to provide our children with supervised and organized activities, programs, and events. Thank you, Police Athletic League. Ensuring that our city's young people receive a quality education through targeted, forward-thinking programs like the new Education Bargain is a serious responsibility that extends beyond the confines of the classroom and through the calendar year. Under the leadership of Buffalo Public Schools Superintendent Dr. Kreiner Cash, we continue to see improvement across all scholastic metrics. Graduation rates and attendance rates have increased, and there has been real success in closing the achievement gap. Major declines in high school dropout rates based on race reflect the impact of programs including the Boys and Men of Color Initiative and Breaking Barriers. I want to recognize the work of Dr. Kreiner Cash and the members of the Buffalo Board of Education. Let's give them a round of applause. The City of Buffalo provides and will continue to provide significant support to the Buffalo Public Schools and Say Yes Buffalo, and their work has resulted in the successful matriculation of 65% of public school graduates who apply for 2- and 4-year college for 2- and 4-year colleges and universities. My summer reading challenge is still going strong, now in its 17th year, with over 17,000 champion readers who have read almost 100,000 books. And my summer youth employment and internship program is stronger than ever, with our nearly $2 million annual commitment and tremendous support from businesses and organizations across the city. More than 22,000 job opportunities have been offered to our youth. Applications for this summer are available now in the Department of Community Services and going fast. Education is the solution, but in our technological world, the resources necessary to excel remain out of reach for many. The Sprint 1 Million project is expanding internet access to Buffalo Public School students who didn't have it before. Wireless devices are being distributed, and free high-speed internet services are being provided to students so that after the school day's closing bell, they can complete their homework, expand their horizons, and unlock their full potential. This partnership between the city, the Buffalo Public Schools, and Sprint will level the playing field for thousands of our students. Today, I'm pleased to announce that, yes, you can clap on that. Today, I'm pleased to announce that we will continue to foster a new generation of earth-friendly youth as we officially launch the new Environmental Champions Program. This is another partnership between the city and the Buffalo Public Schools, encouraging students and teachers to become environmental champions by creating effective recycling campaigns. Classes will win prizes for creativity in successfully promoting recycling at school. In all of our endeavors, we also have strong partners in our colleges and universities. I would like to recognize the presidents of all of our colleges and universities who are here today. I would ask them to please stand to be recognized. As our progress continues on the Workforce Training Center at Northland, which will open in August, we will focus on further redevelopment of the Northland Corridor as an expanding opportunity hub by announcing several projects. My administration has been working in partnership with Empire State Development to establish an agreement with a national leader in designing industry-specific courses to meet our region's IT needs, who will then provide professional development training to students at the coding school at Northland. This will provide education for transformative technology careers as part of our ongoing opportunity agenda. We will help close the skills gap and build a more diverse technical workforce. Another new component of the Northland Corridor will be a 10,000 square foot facility that will be used for training stagehands and theatrical employees who work in all forms of live theater, motion picture, and television production. Here, students will be trained for work in the entertainment industry. In partnership with John Ford, president of the International Association of Theatrical and Stage Employees, Local 52. This strategic investment builds on the growing success of Buffalo's film industry, which last year alone generated a $42 million impact in the local economy. Finally, Project Rainfall will be a food system social enterprise in a low-income area, historically underserved when it comes to accessing fresh and healthy food options. Project Rainfall, a vision of Rita Hubbard Robinson, has been adopted. Yeah, you can give Rita a round of applause. Rita's vision has been adopted as a priority project by the National Invest Health Initiative, a Robert Wood Johnson Foundation program. The partners in this collaboration are led by the P2 Collaborative and include the City of Buffalo, ECMC, UB, and Buffalo Urban Development Corporation. The facility will provide fresh produce to the community and training and employment opportunities for residents with a focus on health and wellness. Let's give them another round of applause. Our Office of New Americans continues to ensure that every new resident of our city has dignity, hope, opportunity, and security. People from around the world look to us for a chance to build a new life. During this time of great uncertainty and fear among immigrants and their families, we are a welcoming city that recognizes the valuable contributions of our newcomers. I would like to thank Administrative Judge Paula Ferraletto and her distinguished colleagues in the judiciary who are here today for all of their work on ensuring access and justice for our new Americans. Let's give our judges a round of applause. And I would like to recognize the new Americans who opened our program today, members of an adult ESL class from Jewish Family Services of Buffalo and Erie County, and their instructor, Miss Maria Apple Domingo. We know your journeys have been long, from Angola, Burma, Myanmar, Burundi, Colombia, Congo, the Dominican Republic, Eritrea, Mexico, Moldova, Sudan, and Syria. We welcome you, and our City of Good Neighbors thanks you for participating in this very special event. I'm also pleased to announce that we will be utilizing a new electronic tracking system that provides data to track contractor utilization of minority and women-owned businesses on city projects. We've entered into an agreement with LCP Tracker, a labor compliance software company. This will allow us to best monitor our progress to goals and achieve the aggressive standards set by Governor Cuomo and my administration of awarding 30% of our contracts to minority and women-owned businesses. As we continue to build a city of opportunity, we also need to enhance efficiency through our use of technology. I am pleased to announce that Open Data Buffalo has successfully launched a portal designed to empower the city to use data to further improve the quality of life for our residents and enhance the efficiency and transparency of our operations. In conjunction with this, we are partnering with AT&T on the Buffalo Civic Innovation Challenge. This competition will inspire innovative technological solutions to overcome challenges. The competition requires individuals or teams in our community to generate ideas and submit a working prototype for a solution that uses data from the portal, 311, Buffalo Roam, and more to improve quality of life in Buffalo. This will provide opportunities for data scientists, coders, and developers to create new technologies to positively impact our community and strengthen our local innovation economy. This is also the time to work together to be more efficient and effective in our delivery of city services. I am grateful that Kaleida Health, our largest healthcare provider and employer in Western New York, led by Jody LeMayo and his technical team, have been working with my office on an innovative public-private partnership that will transform the way that our city manages information systems and partners with stakeholders across our community to most efficiently and effectively communicate with and provide services to our residents. Now let me tell you, this is something that I am very excited about. Our next step will be hiring a new Chief Information Officer, Dr. Luis Tavares, who after a long tenure at IBM went on to serve as a partner at Accenture and then as CIO at Hartford Healthcare and Barnabas Health, where he recently retired as Senior Vice President for the Office of Integration. Dr. Tavares is an established leader in this field who will help develop a strategic plan for restructuring our MIS department to improve the efficiency of the city and to deliver more value to our residents. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Tavares. The year 2018 marks some very important milestones for our city's most venerable institutions. The Buffalo Olmsted Parks Conservancy has begun a year-long celebration of our nation's first system of parks and parkways, commemorating the 150th anniversary of our world-class park system. Congratulations to the Olmsted Conservancy Board and staff on the sesquicentennial birthday celebration of an urban masterpiece. Let's give them a round of applause. Congratulations to Erie County Medical Center, President and CEO Tom Catroci and Board Chair John Dandies on your 100th anniversary. After the City Hospital at Grider Street opened as a public general hospital, the School of Nursing was founded and became the first diploma nursing school in Buffalo to racially integrate students and admit men. The transformation of an 82-acre farm on Buffalo's east side into a healthcare campus opened a century of delivering quality medical care that continues today at ECMC. The exciting plans to build a new, state-of-the-art, expanded emergency department are well underway, making this an even more exciting 100th anniversary of True Care. Thank you, ECMC. Next month, we say bon voyage to Buffalo Philharmonic Orchestra as it embarks on an international tour and becomes the first American orchestra to perform at the prestigious Ludwig van Beethoven Easter Festival in Poland. Maestro Joanne Falletta makes history too, as the first American woman to conduct an orchestra at this event. Congratulations. As I have said many times, the greatest strength of our city is our people. Our families come together as one in times of celebration and mourning. They are our strength and the pillars of our community. Please let me take one more moment to acknowledge Reverend Blue and Father Joe for their blessings upon all of us today, and to express my gratitude to my wonderful family, especially my wife Michelle and my son Byron. Thank you for your constant love and support. And I better also recognize my mother-in-law, Liz, or I won't be able to come home tonight. Let's give mother-in-law a round of applause. As we look back at 2017, there were several examples of our community coming together in the wake of tragedy and triumph. From each of these, a beautiful expression of support and solidarity emerged out of the darkness and in the night sky. From City Hall to the Electric Tower, One Seneca Tower to the U.S. District Courthouse, and so many other points in between and beyond. Buffalo's iconic buildings and structures are making a statement at night. As a result of this beautiful collaboration, I am forming Buffalo Lit, a landmark illumination team, so that these expressions of support can be coordinated as a unified beacon, symbolizing what we have, what we hope for, and what we've lost. I am asking all of these entities that illuminate our skyline to join our team. Last year, we laid fallen officer Craig E. Lehner to rest, and as our city mourned, it was bathed in blue. Today, I am privileged to posthumously promote Officer Lehner to the rank of lieutenant in the Buffalo Police Department. Our Buffalo Police Department and our city will never forget Officer Lehner's outstanding service as a Buffalo Police Canine officer and as a member of the Underwater Rescue and Recovery Team. I am also pleased to share the news that Lieutenant Lehner's beloved canine Shield has a new partner in the Buffalo Police Department. And in May, we will officially rename the Buffalo Police Canine Training Facility on Louisiana Street in memory of Lieutenant Lehner. This facility has undergone significant interior and exterior upgrades thanks to a generous donation from the Home Depot Foundation and the hard work of the Women in Leadership, Team Depot, who have been transforming this site into a state-of-the-art canine training facility and who are with us today. Thank you, Home Depot. When we work together and accomplish great things, our City Hall dome is often illuminated in red, white, and blue. This was done as history was made in Buffalo when, for the first time in the Navy's 242-year history, a new warship was commissioned alongside its namesake, the USS Little Rock. I had the honor of presenting a key to the city of Buffalo to the commander and crew of this vessel in recognition of this historic event. Now, wherever the USS Little Rock travels, near and far, she takes with her a lasting reminder of her connection with the city of Buffalo. We were also red, white, and blue in the aftermath of Hurricane Maria, whose destructive force left the entire island of Puerto Rico without power or access to basic services, including electricity, food, and water. Buffalonians came together, proving once again that the generosity of our city of good neighbors extends well beyond our city's borders. We established the Puerto Rico Hurricane Maria Relief Fund and partnered with our friends at M&T Bank to raise tens of thousands of dollars in monetary donations and collected food, water, and other necessities. We embraced the families who sought sanctuary in the city of Buffalo and launched an effort to help ease the burden of transition while welcoming all with open arms and outstretched hands. Thank you, Buffalo and Western New York. And upon the passing of one of our city's great luminaries, Buffalo was bathed in M&T green in honor of Bob Wilmers. He was an original, one of a kind, irreplaceable. He was devoted to his family, our community, and to M&T Bank. He was generous, competitive, confident, and passionate. He was someone who got things done and made things happen. He was my friend. I miss his advice, his humor, his wry smile, and the twinkle in his eyes. But for all of us who knew Bob, he will live on in our hearts and minds, and the good things we do for family and community. I am so glad that so many members of Bob's M&T family could be here today, including Chairman of the Board and CEO Renee Jones and President and COO Richard Gold. As mayor of the city of Buffalo, and on behalf of its residents, a grateful community, it is my honor today to posthumously award the key to the city of Buffalo to Robert G. Wilmers. Because a great city honors and remembers the legacy of our visionaries, our leaders, our benefactors, and our champions. We miss you, Bob. This key will be presented to Renee Jones on behalf of the Wilmers family. Now, yes, you can Now, as I conclude, I believe that we must enter our city's next phase with the belief that the worst is behind us, with the optimism that we can do anything, with the patience and with the understanding that all good things take time, with the persistence of the generations who never left but never lived to see anything like this, with the planning and the artistry that yields things that are beautiful and enduring, and with the willingness to contribute to and sacrifice, because all of our resources are required to do what's right and keep our city moving forward. Our responsibilities are great, but our city is one that has endured as a symbol of fortitude, perseverance, and pride. We are the Queen City, and Buffalo, this is our time. Thank you. God bless you. God bless you. God bless the great city of Buffalo. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That concludes today's annual State of the City address. Thank you for attending.